The Museum Roadshow is brought to you by 125 Apparel.
Hi, I'm Jen Johnson. I am the Research Director here at the Becker County Museum, and today we are going to talk about our children's area in the basement of the museum. If you look behind me, we have just kind of a bicycle wheel color sort, and this is for children of all ages. What they do is they literally just pick a wheel and they kind of put it into the colors that it goes into. And if we look here, sometimes downstairs we have a bicycle exhibit and we'll have the same type of exhibit upstairs. So if you look here, we put this up when we had a bicycle exhibit of Tilly Anderson. And this is just kind of more for the kids, and it shows how to wear the helmet the wrong ways and the right ways. And it's just very informative. And now we'll go on to our next station. And here we have something, every once in a while we'll just kind of put little random things for kids to view, and we are part science in our museum. So this is an area where children can look and they can get a close-up of like a turtle shell or a feather or seashells. And behind me here we have a little pine to palm exhibit that we set up for the kids, and we did this summer, and it is our creativity wall. And what they can do is they can literally just come and they can create their own designs. We've had people put their name up. We've had people actually put Skull from the Vikings. Okay, so this middle table here has a couple items, and just like everything else down here for the kids, it changes, usually quarterly. Upstairs, Emily, our programs director, is actually working on a quilt exhibit. And so she decided to create designs for kids to color, and in a sense they kind of make their own quilt. And it's all the kids have come down. We have somebody put a little Vikings section. So this is all for kids or moms if they want to color with their kids. And this was actually donated by the Midwest Paranormal Files, and that's a group that Emily, our programs director, founded. And what this is it's a team building project. It's important, especially for kids, to learn about team building. So what you do is you can have up to 2 to 4 players, and you grab these strings and you place the ball somewhere in a starting point and try to get it to the center. Okay, and back here, this is actually the power of the pulleys, and this is from our ice harvest exhibit that we did in the pavilion the beginning of the year. We actually created this for the exhibit, so we brought it back to the museum, and kids can still learn about our ice harvesting industry that was so powerful in Detroit Lakes. And all this is you literally try to pull the pulleys, and it's about 400 pounds, and the kids literally just see if they can pull it up, and then if they can, together they've lifted what the original ice cakes would have weighed. Okay, and this section of our basement is not so much hands-on, but it is important Becker County history, and the kids love it. This hose is actually one of the first hoses that the fire department used in Becker County, and it's the same hose that helped fight the big fire in 1914. And we do have a picture here, and it reads, "The fire of 1914, like normal, it was typical hot and dry day, and it started inside the Rams livery stable, which is located where the Detroit Lakes Post Office now sits, and it went down kind of that whole main and what was known then as Pioneer Street. And by the end, it had burned 26 buildings to the ground. And if you look at the area today, you will see that all those buildings are brick. And that's because brick doesn't burn. So that's why they went and rebuilt everything and made it brick. If you look here, and this is always a fun one to talk to the kids about during tours, is we have a horse-drawn hearse. And it was purchased by the Vegan Hardware and Undertaking Company of Lake Park for $628 in 1898. And I really like this because we actually have a coffin in here, and kids will always ask us. There's at least one kid that asks us if there's a body in the coffin, and of course we say there's not, because there isn't, but then they'll look at us and be like, well, how do you know? So that's always kind of a cute little thing to show the kids. And then they also like this area here, and this is a replica of the world's smallest gas station, which stood in front of the Greystone. We had this pump, there's a pump in the middle, which was donated by Glenn Stearns, and these pumps are kind of similar to, of course, what the gas station would have held at that time. So you can stop by the Becker County Museum anytime between 10 to 4, Tuesdays through Saturdays. Admission is $5 for non-members. Kids are always free, and so are members. You can come by anytime. You can check out our research library. You can bring the kids, grandchildren. This is a great area for the kids. They absolutely love it. We also have family days. Our next family day is in November. It's on the 17th. And it's just kind of, you pay the fee. It's usually $5 to $10. Come in and you do a little project with your kids, and you can view the museum at the same time. Thank you.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Museum Roadshow, brought to you by 125 Apparel.